Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So yesterday, Vshojo announced that Haruka Karibu will be the newest member of their agency. And for those who don't know, she is a pretty established VTuber. She has well over 100k followers on Twitter. She's been streaming for multiple years and has a very dedicated fan base, as well as a very good reputation to go along with it. However, despite all of that, there has been a lot of drama surrounding her hire, mostly from fans of various agencies, as well as some indie VTubers. Now, to preface before we go into all of this, you guys know I'm not some Vshojo cum guzzler over here, okay? Like, I've been very critical of their agency and some of their members. In fact, typing my name into several of their Discord servers will get you an instant ban, okay? So, establishing that, I'm making this video to not defend Vshojo, but to defend Haruka, her hire, and also to call out some of the delusional jealousy indie VTubers are expressing over this situation. So the number one criticism coming from people is that her hire was the product of nepotism and her friendship with the agency. And proof of that is the fact that she has already collabed with them multiple times, and also just it seems very obvious she's friends with at least some of the members of the agency. And to all of that, I say, yeah, that was probably a very important part of her hiring. Outside of her talent, her friendship with the agency is probably the biggest deciding factor. Because after all, it makes it a very safe choice. I'm very critical of a lot of the decisions, the business decisions Vshojo has made. I think they're the reason why there's a lot of drama surrounding their company. But also at the end of the day, they are a successful business. And as a business, making a safe hire for their new member makes a lot of sense. She's a proven VTuber with a proven track record and following. She's also been in the big spotlight before. And also, she gets along with the members. So they know she's going to be a very good fit. See, personally, I believe the most exciting hires when it comes to new members of big agencies, the most exciting ones are small indie VTubers that nobody's heard of, because it's like, oh, who's this new person? What are they going to be like? That's very exciting, but at the same rate, she's still a very good hire, and it's still exciting in many ways, and it makes a lot of sense for them, right? But in the wake of all this, there's been a lot of jealousy, especially among indie VTubers about this decision. I think it's very ironic that a lot of them will, you know, be like, oh, I'm so happy for you, Haruka. Oh, you're the best. And then turn around and be like, I think this was the product of nepotism, and it's not fair. Like, if you want to have criticism, your criticism should not be directed towards Haruka. She didn't hire herself, and also she was a very valid hire for Vshojo. If you want to be mad at anyone, be mad at Vshojo. The fairest complaint you can have involves their audition process. They have had this audition open for roughly 2 years. And yeah, I think it's pretty unfair that despite saying that they're hiring anyone of a small VTuber to a big VTuber, that they end up hiring a big VTuber that they already know and collaborate with. So you can say, like, was it very sincere? Were these auditions sincere because they end up hiring someone they knew and probably knew they were going to hire all along? And I think that is a fair criticism, but also add in the fact that Vshojo, in order to audition for them, you have to share personal information. And Vshojo has a pretty clear track record of not being very trustworthy with personal information. Just cite the whole Nux drama from about a year ago. Like, it proves that you're taking, in a way, a risk by applying for this agency, okay? I don't want to get too much into that, but you get what I'm saying. So, those are valid criticisms you can file towards Vshojo. However, keep a couple things in mind. Number one, in wake of this whole situation, especially a part of yesterday's stream, several members of Vshojo, like Iron Mouse, have made it very clear that this is not the only hire in this round. We're going to see at least one more. And given their track record, they tend to hire about 2 at once or maybe 3. So I would expect at least one more hire to be coming in the next day or two. And, you know, that very well could be a small indie VTuber. We don't know. I will hold my tongue, and I hope it is a situation like that, but given the last 3 in a row have been very established VTubers that everyone knows about, you know, including Keisan and Nazana, aka Rushia, it might happen again. And I'm hoping for someone independent, so that's just more exciting. But they haven't sealed the deal yet. There's still more to come, and I think people should just take their foot off the gas a little bit and see what happens before you come to complete judgment. Okay, and also, number two, the fact that they included the language of that they will let anyone audition, whether small, big, or whatever, that doesn't mean they have to hire someone who's a small indie VTuber, right? At the end of the day, this is a lot like show business or the entertainment industry. They have auditions and open auditions for a lot of things. And they have open auditions knowing that there's a very likely possibility that they're going to hire someone they already have in mind. It happens all the time. It's more of a safety net in case things don't work out with their original plan, or maybe they discover someone they didn't know and they really like them and they end up going with them. That's a very real possibility. It's just like, you know, a Broadway show having an open audition. It doesn't mean they're going to hire Joe Schmo off the street even though he's less talented than the more popular person who auditioned. But nonetheless, I don't want to get too bogged down in all of that. I think, again, if you're going to criticize anyone in this scenario, it is Vshojo and not Haruka. That's just unfair. So at this point, I know I've been rambling. I want to finish on one final note. I think this tweet right here really sums it up pretty well. Okay, I'll just read it. VTuber corporate groups are ever growing. Don't forget that. Your actions and attitude online can be seen by everyone, and you don't know if that'll deter your chances at getting a great opportunity in the future. So remember to just be kind. I think that is the best way of describing, or at least giving a cautionary tale to a lot of indie VTubers out there. I have seen countless indie VTubers weighing in on this topic. VTubers who are very interested in auditioning for agencies, including Vshojo, and expressing their disappointment in the agency or expressing their disappointment in the hire itself, which is completely unfair. And while we're on the topic, let me just make this very clear, especially to any of these people listening to this video perhaps. There's a big popular thing on Twitter to use private circles. Now, for those who don't know, private circles is a way to tweet and limit who can see your tweets. Often VTubers will just limit it to other VTubers, so it's kind of like a professional tweet. They're only sharing it with other people who are content creators. However, they act like this is a private account or something. Like, I got news for you. Like, listen up. People are passing around your screenshots of your private circle tweets. Everyone knows how reeking in jealousy you are, okay? There's a very obvious reason you're upset by this hire, and it's because you're jealous first and foremost. And don't act like your private circle is some locked away thing. Everyone's seeing it, including probably members of the agency and the agency itself that you want to be a part of. So I thought I'd give that little cautionary tale, because too many indie VTubers are just bogged in drama 24/7, and they just really can't bite their tongue, even in situations like this, where they should just be happy for someone like Haruka to get hired by Vshojo. But that's it for this video. Like I said, I think this is a very exciting opportunity for her, very well deserved, and I would like to know your thoughts in the comments section down below about this hire, and also your predictions for who will be hired next. Me, obviously. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll see you next time.